Okay, got all the parts wiped down. Basically, I just used this poor rag. It was new when I started, but, you know, carbon is carbon. Gunk is gunk. Got to get it out of there. So it did a really good, this solvent did a really good job. I could probably put everything back in again, let it soak some more to soften that stuff up. It does an amazing job softening these deposits. I've cleaned these before, and holy cow, it's a lot of work. This tool didn't do too bad for getting in here and scraping some of it up a little bit, and freeing it up and going in with a rag. And just give her a little twist. Get some of it up. A good bristle brush, nylon bristle brush would work real good. Kit comes with this one. I'd recommend some smaller ones, some caliber specific, but it does a good job breaking up that gunk. Got all the gunk that was on the spring. Our piston looks pretty good shape again. I used a bigger brush that I happen to have just to clean the inside of my tube here, which we got to wipe down a little better. We didn't wipe that down yet. Keep it all nice and clean. Try to clean the threads out because you don't want that gunk building up in the threads. These are very fine threads. It's made of aluminum. Some of these are made of real soft metals, and we don't want to cross thread because why wreck our silencers, right? Paid good money for them. Silencer, fingerprints, all that stuff that we have to buy. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble this thing, and if you notice right here, I got me some Rem oil. I'm going to give everything a light coat of Rem oil just because I like it. And we're going to use some grease on the threaded portions. I highly recommend some grease because you don't want things freezing together. You don't want things seizing. Some of these can be made of different materials and they react differently, and we don't want catastrophic issues not being able to take it apart. So I'm just using some plain Jane nipple grease, muzzleloader breech plug grease. You can use whatever you got. I happen to have some of this, so I use it. We go ahead and reassemble this. To avoid our zero impact, we're going to try and get these notches all lined up facing the same direction. Actually, let's put some oil first. I'm just giving everything a little light coat of oil. And wipe out, get rid of the excess. We don't want excess oil in there. We're not shooting a wet can. That's another video. Just give everything a quick wipe down, spread our oil evenly. Just a nice little light coat. Alright, let's reassemble this. So like I said, keeping our keyways, our baffles going in the same direction. That's what they say will have the least amount of impact on our bullet shift. And what we're doing is we're making sure everything does line up properly. Nothing's bent, nothing's damaged. We're not forcing it, we're not pounding it on. And the last piece we put on is this piece. This odd looking one. And we'll go ahead and put our that back on. We'll take our end cap here. And we're just going to put a little bit of this grease on there. Don't need a lot. That's a lot. Just enough so when I tighten this down, it'll spread the grease into the threads and it'll allow us to take it apart easier down the road, especially if we get silly and we forget about it for a while. And all I'm doing is just applying a little hand pressure and turning. This particular silencer does come with a tool. I don't have the tool with me. Same thing, here's our muzzle end cap, if you will. And I'm just going to put a little grease on there. Spread it. Wipe the excess. Put our spring on our adapter. Put our adapter like so. Put this down in there. Tighten it down. All I'm doing is holding it with my hand and turning. And she's back together. Give her a wipe down. Now if you're worried about all that oil buildup that you might have in there or some excess cleaning, just go out and shoot a couple rounds through it, you know, if you will, pre-foul it, help dry it. That's the cleaning kit.
I sold all the ones I've had. They are
like I said, this is the cleaner. It was nice and clear when I first started, so I think it did an awesome job. Again, the rubber seal allows me to tip this upside down without making a mess. I can put it on display like that. My gloves that I didn't use. But that's a silencer cleaning kit for you guys.